starts for the national team. There was a discussion about that relationship between coach and the team. If you are in your suit and tie, are you separating yourself from the team as I am clearly the manager, and there's that line of authority, that line that separates the coach from the players, as opposed to being in polo tracksuit, that kind of more informal wear that makes you more feel a part of the team. It's always interesting to watch a warm-up and watch the way players go and attack the first, second ball, because that's their confidence, that's their go-to play, that's the ball they like to hit, they're comfortable to hit. So that's the ball they're probably going to go to in a pressure situation. So there can be information to be gleaned from the warm-up. Smith versus Podraskanin, what a lineup and matchup that will prove to be. Although for Smith, he's either got Podraskanin or Lisinats to go against. Two marvellous middle blockers. Smith's no slouch. Number 15 gets up there and hits it hard and high with the absolute best of them. Players, you can tell, are itching to get this one underway, itching to get and have a swing. But it's about controlling the moments. Micheletto against Srivka. Whether or not Micheletto will start remains to be seen. He and Dick Hu have both played about the same number of sets. And you can see that Srivka's definitely done a lot better. 128 points. Micheletto, just a youngster really, but making a real name for himself. 2001, so 19 years of age. 2 meters and 7, that makes a big difference, doesn't it? 2 meters and 7 passing hitter. Standing reach of 2 meters 78, touches 3 meters 64 in attack. Now the net is 2 meters 43, for those of you not sure. And to put that in perspective, it's the same height as the crossbar in football or soccer. And these guys are getting their shirt numbers over the top of the crossbar. Highest reach for the team for Trentino, looking at the stats here. Sretsko Lisinats touches 3 meters 70, and so does Cuba's Luis Thomas Souza Sierra at 370, the outside hitter. Nemir is a modest 360. Grivic used to get up there and thump it in his day, and he wasn't pulling the strings for the team. Very experienced campaigner. So there's awards that's taking place. There's Ana Borisic, the president of the CEV. It's an award for the important sports personalities who have contributed to the promotion of the events. And that particular award was presented then to Mr. Kraslen Kralev, the Minister of Youth and Sports of Bulgaria. Here's a little look at some of the players. Kaczmarek, the opposite for DEIXA, and Nemir, the opposite for Trentino. Who is going to have the final say on proceedings here in this one? That remains to be seen. Two epic volleyballers at the very top of their trade, at the pinnacles of their careers. Ooh, Nemir nearly broke the net then. We are getting closer to the start of this super final here in Verona. The warm-up is over. The players now go to the sidelines and wait to be introduced. But before we meet the players, we're going to meet the referees officially. The first referee from Greece is Epaminondas Gethodoros, and he'll be ably assisted by Serbia's Vladimir Simonovic, two very experienced referees, as you would expect for a game of this import. Mr. Gethodoros is on the left and Mr. Simonovic on the right. Refs introduced. Time for the players. All smiles for all the players at the moment, particularly with the graphics, but only one team will leave here smiling, and that's the team that wins. So for Trentino, it's Lucarelli, number 8 for the outside, Ginelli, number 9, is setting, and then it's Dick Huy, who's got the nod, actually. Oh, he's got the nod over Micheletto for the moment, through the outside, number 11. Nemir Abdelaziz in the opposite slot, as expected. And No changes in the middle for Trentino. Number 18, Marco Podraskanin through the middle, along with Sretsko Lizinats. And it's Salvatore Rossini, number 7, who's the starting libero. That's who Angelo Lorenzetti has decided the team to get the job done. Although it might be a case of hold the line caller over the outside role. If Hui doesn't perform, Micheletto will be in. Zaxa waiting to come out. Łukasz Kaczmarek is in the opposite slot, number 2. Jakub Kochanowski, middle blocking, number 3. No change, but as expected, Benjamin Toniuti, who has been the best setter in the Polish league, gets the nod. Alex Śliwka is the outside hitter, number 11, and he'll be passing and swinging alongside Kamil Semeniuk, number 13, and David Smith is the middle blocker. And Paweł Zatorski, the starting libero. Nikola Grbić, the man in charge, the man who's picked the team, the man who's guided this club to their first Champions League final. Can he guide them to victory? Everyone on court. Referees ready, players are ready. I hope you're all ready wherever you're watching from, whatever you're watching on, as we get ready for this super final. It's Zaxa Kędzierzyn-Koźle of Poland serving, and it is ITES Trentino Diatec receiving this, the CEV Champions League Super Final here in Verona. And I think that weight for Slivka really did put him off. He was there for what seemed like ages. First point then to Trentino. And it's Nimir back to the serving line. Let's see if he's ready to go from the off. He certainly is. Oh, good cover. And it stayed in play. And brilliant blocking for DEIXA to get their side-out point. That's a great get from Salvatore. Good pass from Lucarelli. And a nice hit from Nimir. Nice blocking. Lisinat's into the action early. And Trentino off to a good start. It's got to be so quick, Lisinat's, and he was, wasn't he, to get across and shut down that swing. Oh, ace serve from Hui. That's a great start for Dick Hui. Oh, the pipe attack not working, but Nimir couldn't get control of the ball. Come again with the pipe, and again Nimir gets onto it, struggles. We've got a net touch against Trentino, and so DEIXA will take the point. There were chances there for Trentino. Nimir not really ready for him, and apologises immediately.
Yeah, from the roof. He said, yeah. He said that it's from the roof.
Kaczmarek, let's see what he's got from the serving line. His first opportunity to do something with the ball when no one else has to give it to him. It's the only time in the game when you're not reliant on anybody else because the ball is in your hands. You're the one that throws it into the air to then go and swing on it for the serve. Well, that's a rather wild one for Kaczmarek. That's a good leave. Semeniuk with the serve. Well left by Trentino. We're going to see a lot of this. That's the nature of volleyball at this level. And you're thinking, oh, so many errors. Well, it's part of it. 3-1 in service errors. But it's the risk-reward. Those balls go in, and the other team are in trouble. They are going to be out of system. And at this level, you are desperately trying to get the other team out of system. Getting them away from being able to have all their hitting options is paramount, because when they do, it's really difficult. You've got 4 on 3 in terms of attack versus block, which means you've got 1-on-1s and maybe 1-on-no-ones. No middle being able to run here. Straight away, you've got a late mover going out, but even so, it then relies on the power and the skill, which was what we were able to see with that from DEIXA. At this level, the minute you've got 2 blockers well formed against an attacker, it favours the defending team to a degree. Continuation block now. There's trouble. Well, there should have been, but that's brilliantly played. Slivka doing a Wallace here of Brazil. Now just volley it in and out of the block. That'll work. He's practically blocking a block, wasn't he, really, with that attack? That's brilliant from Lucarelli, and they can expect to see loads of that from him. The pipe attack, a huge arsenal in both teams' library. A huge weapon, I should say, in their arsenal. But the ability to do that just gives no time for the middle blockers. Back to Slivka again, so second time round to the serving line, and this time he does get it in. And that's off the block and away from Hui. There's spikes at this level, aren't they, with those jump serves? Well dealt with by Lucarelli. And then just catching the block of Kochanovski. In fact, it was of Kaczmarek. Zaksa delighted to get off of that serve rotation and not have to deal with Nimir. Huge block from Zaksa. Smith putting the lights out. Good view from the overhead camera. Kinchijin, of course, they're getting right back into this set now, just one behind. Side out for Trentino to keep them two in front for the moment. Well done by Smith again. This time showing what he can do in attack. Kaczmarek was about 3 meters into court when he hit that one. And so too was the block of Zaksa when they reached over to stop Nimir. Way into court, closing down the angles. That's a super block. Oh, an absolute monster from Semenyuk. Dig, and it's outside the antenna from Toniuti, won't stay in play. That's not just a shirt number, that's a sponsor logo above the height of the net from Lizinets. I said he touched 3.70 meters. I think that was underestimated.
To the net, number 20, Trentino VOLEI.
All square then, as Semenyuk goes back to serve. tallest of hitters, Semeniuk, 194. Quite small at this level, but huge jump. That's well played by Smith. He wanted that ball, he's got back in to have the swing. Those are the type of middle hitters you want. Fabulous from Hoyt. He and Lucarelli running the pipe with great success. Smith knew it was coming. He just jumped a little bit too wide of Hoyt and then couldn't get his hands back near the ball. Nice play from Slivka, lefty, causing some havoc with the block. Always quite tricky for the lefties to be on the left side because the angle at which they attack the ball means they're closer to the net. So it does mean that the block can get that little bit closer to the ball. Nicely done. Both middles, or both teams are running their middles well, finding the players that they need to cause trouble, and that's a free swing for Podraskinin. Not so much time you don't have when you're a middle blocker and the other team are in system and can go and swing on the ball. That's a nice block from Podraskinin to shut down Slivka. We're getting super spikes and monster blocks all over the place at the moment, aren't we? Not sure that's a monster block, it's a well-formed block. Slivka's gone into it. That's what Kaczmarek is there for. That's what he can do. Ball is going over towards DEIXA. Korchinowski made sure of that one, didn't he? Nice dig Nimir with that one. Speed of the play is incredible, isn't it? In slow motion, it looks like how us mere mortals would play the game. Brilliant. Slivka with a great swing. No chance for Dick Hoyt. Slivka now to serve. The ball has to hit the floor, otherwise it'll be a foot fault. But that's just the way of the modern game now, when the players come in and hit the pipe, and that's the modern swing, to pass from the middle and hit the pipe. That's a good pass to allow DEIXA to try and get side out, but it's a miss-hit from Semeniuk. That's better. Massive leap from Semenyuk. And then hitting that one on the way up. Yep, both players saying yes, is in. Well done. We'll get you next time. Nice angle that from Hui cross court. That was close, but not close enough. Antenna being dealt with. All sorted now. They're looking for a foot fault, which they've now got. Must take off from behind the line. Doesn't matter how far forward in front of it you land. And the first time on court for Trentino's Alessandro Micheletto. So coming on to play serve defense, but also can play and hit the pipe. So could play at 6 here, depending on how Trentino decides to go. And he is going to play at 6, so available to swing on the pipe. Good dig, Namir. Will it stay in? No, it won't. Ginelli left too much line and paid the price. That'll work nicely. The block not closing the gap between themselves and the net, so it ran down the front of them. Good set that from David Smith. Good put away by Kaczmarek.
Dobbiamo utilizzare meglio. Uno, il discorso delle schermative. Abbiamo detto leggiamo 3 appoggi dentro le mani, ok? E non alti dentro, ok? Poi queste palle alte, quello di prima va bene, ma questo non si deve infilare. Il primo uomo lento in modo che ci attacchiamo tutti, ok? Bene quell'attacco di queste palle qua, via, vai!
It's been a fascinating Champions League. Across Europe, teams have been playing, and those of you who followed the Champions League, perhaps played in it, now watching this final will know just how special it's been. And for one team in particular, IBV Bologna London, based in England, they've got a little claim to fame because they played against Trentino and Zaxa and lost both of them, but making history in the country by playing in the Champions League and playing against the likes of these two teams, trying to pave the way for the future of volleyball in the country. And it's Zaxa who are paving the way here at the moment in this first set. That's a great dig. Satorski then pops it up. And that worked nice, didn't it? Slivka being the lefty, it was really perfect for him to get the ball from that side. Toniuti's gone off for the moment. So in comes Bart Kluth as a blocker. They relied on Semeniuk getting his serve in so that Kluth can actually do something other than stand on court and step off it again. So he's now been replaced. Toniuti back on. But Zacks are in a good place here. They're siding out for a 2-point lead. Oh, he's done it again, Slivko. That little volley into the block and out. That's frustrating to have to deal with as a blocking team. So looking for a challenge here. They believe that Swifka's played that ball, but he's also touched the net. Is that the face of the guilty man? That isn't. Well, having a good look at this challenge team, keeping the players waiting to try and work out what the best angle is to see whether there is a block touch, as in a touch by. So here's everyone, there's everyone on the ball, but who's touched it last? So there we go, and well, look at that. I tell you what, Swifka's hands are still on the ball as it goes past the block. So really, that should be Trentino's ball. But the call was. But the call, all right, so it has gone against Zacks here, but now Grbić is counter-challenged and he's asking for a net touch against Trentino. So it's a good challenge from Trentino to show that Swifka, yes, he'd gone block out, but he played the ball into Trentino's hands, kept his hand on the ball, and then took it past the block and sent it out. So his was the last hand on the ball as it went out, which gives Trento the point. Conegliano watching on. They were involved earlier on in the super final. I won't tell you the result if you haven't watched it. You need to watch it after this one and the awards ceremony. So the challenge now from Grbić and from Zacks was whether or not, in the act of trying to block that ball, Trentino touched the net. The ball itself will be in the air, so it will still be in play. It won't have hit the floor, but did the blocking team make a net touch? If they didn't, it will be their point. If they did, it will be Zacks' point. So hopefully that clears that up. Just waiting now to find out whether or not there was a net touch. Here we go. Reaching across. No one's touched it. Oh, there is a net touch there. So yes, there is a net touch. And that ball is on its way out and still in the air. So it will be Zacks' point after all that. Oh, that says no fault. Oh, no, that's wrong. And quite rightly, Benjamin Toniuti is going crazy here because that ball is still in the air when the net touch was made. So that's got to be Zacks' point. That's why Toniuti's going crazy here. Well, there you go. Timeout's been called.
To try to go
on you to cut you off the pipe, or he might go with the float. Okay. We give the ball, we do the side out. Then we are in position 1. Remember, as soon as the ball is off the net, if it's good, he might go with primo tempo. As soon as the ball is off the net, remember 4, we double over there.
Gerbic giving his players information, and then he's going and still complaining about that point, and he's got a point, isn't he? You could argue that maybe Nemir touched the net outside of the antenna, but it looked like he touched it on the antenna. There's no way that ball was into the crowd. It was still in play, but there we go. It's a moot point now because Trentino have taken the point. It's all square, and we can get back on with the volleyball in this first set. Oh. Ref for a second gave that way. He gave the ball to Trentino, but soon gave it to DEIXA. Nemir expecting a block to come up, and he's not found any hands. Smith's like, nah, didn't bother to block that, did I? It's like, where were you? I wasn't there. Oh, good serve from Smith. DEIXA have given themselves some breathing space, and they're 2 away from taking the opening set. That's a wonderful serve from Smith. Smith to serve again. It's another good serve. Oh, what a swing that is. Is that landed in? No, it hasn't. Oh, that looks so close from Lucarelli, but great athleticism from him to be able to get a swing on that. Looked for a second as if it was going to be in. No, it is out, and it's now set point for DEIXA. Set point saved by Podraskanin. And DEIXA now will have 2 chances to get this set 1 from side out. Touched by Lucarelli, Nemir's onto it, won't come back, and the set goes the way of DEIXA. They take the opener here, 25-22. great start then for DEIXA. And despite the best efforts of Trentino, they find themselves 1 set behind. A couple of interesting decisions in that rally. Set 2 underway, Nimir with the serve for Trentino. And that's a good start for them. They get themselves a break point, but I guess it's the one area or the one time in the match where actually winning a point from service when you're the serving team and it's the first point has actually probably only got the value of a side-out point. And I say that because if DEIXA side this out now, it's 1-1. And so it is as if that first point was just a side-out and DEIXA were the first team to serve. Oh, not the case now. Massive serve from Nimir. And it's another point. And they now 2-0 up. The big ace from Nimir. This is the serve that everybody has been afraid of across Europe and across the domestic league in Italy. Quite remarkable considering he started his career as a setter. Touch that from Hui, and a very nice finish. Great movement from him. He's off the net, quickly back out wide, creates the space, and then can swing away on the ball. Just watch the movement of number 11. He makes the touch, he's already moving out, continues his movement, and then he's got 3 steps to come in and belt the ball. Bit of hang time going on, both sides. Good dig from Lucarelli. Gianelli unable to play it. Chance here maybe for DEIXA. Well, that's well worked into the block, recycled, now a better chance. Although it's a little bit tight to the net. Both teams struggling a little bit in this rally. Oh, good pick up from Salvatore Rossini. We got a mid-rally challenge as the ball hit the floor. And the challenge is for whether the ball is up or down from Salvatore Rossini. We have had a few breaks, haven't we, in play, but that doesn't take away from the fact this is a very exciting final with 2 teams giving it their all. I think some of that's caught the floor. Yes, yes, it has caught the floor. Correct challenge, and so the point goes to Trentino. Sorry, the point doesn't go to Trentino, goes to DEIXA. Kocianowski to serve. They thought it was in, it's been given out. Satorski is making plenty of noise, trying to get under the skin of the Trentino team. thumping hit. A free swing really to the line, but not found that baseline. Just looking at Nemir and the fact that he was a setter and he's set at the highest level in Europe and now moves to the opposite slot. Imagine if Gianelli was able to get a good swing on him and you could have both of them setting from the back row and just keep free front court attackers. A little bit Cuba back in the day. Although it did limit Cuba's offense because the setters struggled a little bit to find the middle. That's a huge block. An absolute monster. Semenyuk getting the better of Nemir. Lizinats. Trentino have been making some interesting substitutions that you may have noticed, and with Nicoletto coming in to replace Lizinats and the Libero coming on for Dick Hoy in reception. On this occasion, the Libero's coming back in for Lizinats. Great pass. A massive hit from Lucarelli. I think we're getting a little bit overexcited. That's just a regular transition, a regular side-out play at this level, but it's the level. You could call every single spike at this level a super spike in comparison to the rest of us. Well watched by Podraskanin. Lucarelli's got that off the fingers. Clever player, Lucarelli. Lovely man as well, very humble man, very respectful. Working the fingers. He was never looking for the court, he was always looking for the hands. That's a good lead. Small margins at this level between success and failure, and the passing unit having to make a decision so quickly as to whether that ball is going to be in or out. It's well rescued. Oh, it's brilliant. Nemir gets blocked out. What a play from Lucarelli. He's put that up on a plate for Nemir. That's incredible. Interesting on that last play, actually, Kowanowski was acting as the wing blocker. Lots of little changes and things going on. Subtleties around this match that you get lost when you're just tracking the ball and watching how hard they're hitting it. Going after the front court swing hitter. But it's a good ball in from Hui. He did his job, which was to get that ball in before he even thought about moving to pass. Every option available. And then Kownowski isolated. It's a one-on-one. Podraskinen getting the better of him. Oh, brilliant! That's a great understanding between Tonyuti and Slivka. He's down on the floor, he's out of this. And now he's got a free swing and takes it to Spike Town. But Tonyuti knew he was up. He sold everyone a dummy and given Slivka a free swing. Oh, I'm not laughing for any other reason that it just brings back memories for all of you that have played volleyball and you get someone who volleys the ball out and then everyone just goes, ooh, and you're sure that your noise has prompted the referee to call for the double. Chetino not at all happy with that. Those of you who've played the game have been there and probably been in that situation. I was talking about those little subtleties that are going on around the game, and one thing that those of you eagle-eyed will have noticed is the lack of blocking from Tonyuti. He steps out, which is why you're seeing Kownowski acting and going out as the wing blocker. Zaksa putting up two blockers, playing a very similar style of volleyball to how the Japanese women's national team played. And they used to take out Yoshi Takashita from the block because she just couldn't get high enough to be effective. The same here with Tonyuti, with the players he's going up against. They're going over the top of him, so take him out, act as a player around the peripherals, picking up the bits and pieces, and then try and get two blockers out wide. But it's a tough ask for Zaksa. That time one-on-one, and Nimir able to put the ball away quite easily. But mostly though, Tonyuti steps out of the way when it's the high ball, when there's time for the blockers to get in and make that block. On the faster sets, the ball's generally a little bit lower anyway. Zaksa delighted again that Nimir can't find the mark. Trentino though still with the lead, albeit a slender one. Kownowski now to serve. Good play from Slivka with three blockers in. He just stayed really deep and agile on that baseline, waiting for the ball off the block. Oh, that was an absolute ripper from Nimir. Tonyuti in the right place. He had no chance. Tonyuti's in a good position here. He's got himself where he needs to be, but look at that. It's so quick. He hasn't even got time to react. You could argue maybe he was on his heels a bit, but even so, what a sweet swing that was. Good touch from Nimir. Not a second time of asking, and Tonyuti, the wily setter he is, goes straight back to Smith. Says, go on, have another go. You were close last time. And he makes sure of it at the second time. Got that one under, Lizinats. Kaczmarek. Good serve, something on it. Oh yes, that's brilliant. What a shame. Great touch from Salvatore Rossini. He's falling backwards, but still keeps it in play. However, It was always DEIXA who were on the front foot in the rally after they made the initial block. Good reactions. That's just incredible. A little pokey. Don't often see that indoors. Good blocking again, though. Smith and Semeniuk getting the job done. Set from Smith. Nice block, though, from Gianelli. Went into the heart of the block, really. Didn't go around the edges. Didn't get that one. Didn't try and work the right arm of Gianelli. Slivka again, good swing from him on the pipe. Madraskin and Gianelli trying to close a gap between them, but didn't close the gap between them and the net. Semeniuk with the serve. Great serve, ace serve. Unloading on that one. Boy, he couldn't do anything about it. Oh, it's another one! This time, Micheletto gets aced. Timeout called by Trentino.
Perché loro stanno facendo molto bene tutto, ok? Teniamo duro che adesso comincia a entrare la battuta lì, il lavoro, il cambio palla lo stiamo facendo, abbiamo preso 2 punti di sezione, ok? Non c'è niente da cambiare lì. Vamos, via, decidi, vai! Andiamo, vai, cazzo, vamos!
For Tonuti, it's his last game for DEIXA. He signed a contract with Jastrzębski Węgiel, so he'd like to leave on a high if he can. Kołanowski, as those of you who watched the Polish national team play, saw him have an outstanding World Championship for them. Playing through the middle. It is a team that has plenty of strength in depth, and they're beginning to show it here, aren't they? This is a really good lead for DEIXA. Chance here for DEIXA. Oh, it's that crafty volley again from Slivka. Another timeout called. Semeniuk causing trouble. Interestingly, Semeniuk never part of the Polish Junior Development Program. Developed by DEIXA.
Su questi contrasti, ragazzi, che sono difficili, dobbiamo lavorare per prendere la palla sotto, ok? Quindi tac e calma sotto, cadiamo e andiamo giù dietro. Via. Ah, ok.
Considering Smith has been sharing court time with Reino through the middle, in the Plus Liga. He's certainly come good now, hasn't he? As the starter here in this final. Pavel Satorsky, the libero as well, he's been playing well and was sorely missed. He got himself injured, missed the last couple of games of the season, which ultimately resulted in Zaksa not winning the championship. But he's back and fit now. Semeniuk's run comes to an end. But he's done a lot of damage, a 3-point lead, and that means Zaksa siding out to go 4 in front, if they can side out. Giannelli's got a wicked serve on him. That's well dealt with by Semeniuk. Kaczmarek hasn't really lit it up in the opposite slot at the moment for Zaksa. They managed to get by without it being too much of a problem. And that was a great block from Podraskanin. He's arrived late, so out of the eye line and then gets across. Ball was in. They were all going, no touch, no touch. Slivka's, it doesn't matter, I put it in. Yeah, actually you did, didn't you? That was brilliant. Both Podraskanin and Namir saying no touch. Didn't matter. I mentioned the fact that Semeniuk didn't go through the Polish juniors, but was a product of Zaksa, actually coached by Dominik Smuda, who's part of IBB Polonia London when he was junior coach at Zaksa. Good swing. No chance with that one. Well left. So long as Zaksa can keep siding out, they know that they can side out to the second set, and there'll be nothing that Trento can do. What Trento may end up doing is trying too hard from the serving line and then making more errors. Oh, that was kept off the floor somehow, but only briefly. Side out by Trentino. Micheletto keeping his place on court, moves into the front row. See him in action swinging as he did with that one. Well, his time on court having come to an end. Touch from Toniutti. Oh, bouncing around and still in play. Oh, what a set! What a set from Giannelli. Pure genius. Total skill. And a great put. Look at that, is amazing. It's not the hit, it's the set. That's bread and butter for Namir, but it's all about the set from Giannelli. Good work. Kownowski was drifting and then he created a little bit more space by leaning back so he could hit past the block. Watch how he arches backwards a little bit and then creates that space to get past Lizenats. That's really well played from Kownowski. Not quite so good from Kownowski from the serving line. Mikuleta now to serve. Satovsky eyeing it up. Nice pass by Semeniuk. He's great to watch, isn't he, Semeniuk? No wonder he's a star player in Poland. Lovely speed, great control. Great hang time from Lucarelli up against Toniutti and exposing the mismatch. Spirotto on court, first opportunity for him to serve. Is he ready to play? Certainly is, gets the ball in, means that Saxa have to work for the side out, and they do, and they get it, and they get closer to taking the set. Come on for Namir, I think that's a really good swing, that, from Semeniuk. Bartolomei Kluter comes in, and so looking for a big block here for Saxa, but again, Swivka, or Semeniuk, I should say, is denied in that opportunity, as he was in the last set by serving in the net. So at the moment, Bart, number 9, has only been able to come on, stand and watch and walk off again. Another change for Trentino. Andrea Argenta is on in the opposite slot. Set point now for Saxa. Lucarelli back in. Blocking change been reversed. Smith to serve. Tidy side out from Podraskanin. Turning the ball away past Kownowski. Timeout called.
He will probably go strong. Okay, watch out for the net. If the ball is off the net, we just have to keep it. Watch out for Micheletto. He's quite high in the block when you're attacking. Okay. Hi guys, one side out.
It's great listening to Gerbic, isn't it? He gives some really good information, little reminders here and there, and just that not overloading players. Which is exactly right as a coach. You can't give more than a couple of bits of information, otherwise it just doesn't get taken on board. Lucarelli serving to keep Trentino in this set. One side out needed for Saxa. And they get it off the block and away. Slivka gets the point. Zaksa take the set 25-22, and they lead Trentino by 2 sets to nothing.
That wins this second set, leads the match 2-0.
Just 2 aces so far, those into the seams of the players. Here are the highlights. Not really had much to do, have they, Nimir and Kaczmarek? The setters have been moving the ball around nicely. Everybody getting involved. Certainly hasn't relied on one player to carry the team. But Trentino needs somebody to step up. They need more than just the consistency of Lucarelli. They need to be putting pressure on Zaksa from serving to try and get back into it. Zaksa in a great place. Third set underway. Zaksa leading 2 sets to nothing as they go in search of their first ever Champions League title. Nimir with a big swing. It's really, really tough blocking at this level because it's not about just getting across the net and closing the space down between you and the ball. You've also got to get really high as well. And that's where the opportunities can come for attackers, because there can be a little bit of space off the net to get the ball down. Or if there's the press is late, then you can get block out. This is a good start by Trentino to this third set, which is a must-win set for them. So Nimir stepping up. coming into this final, everybody was saying it was going to be close and no way to predict who would win it. The team's so evenly balanced. But DEIXA with a 2-0 lead, looking good. But that's a brilliant serve from Lucarelli into the corridor of uncertainty between Zatorski and Semeniuk. Semeniuk, you can just see that's right in the middle. Who's going to have that? Nobody. But when you look back, if you look back at the results for these teams and you think about the semi-final, that's another serve for Lucarelli. He's on fire. 4-0. Let's put it in that seam again. Zatorski's got to take that. He's the libero. He needs to take a step and have it. But ideally, he just wants to make sure Semeniuk is just a step in front of him. They can get a little bit of a stagger on, then that will help as to who's going to take it. But it's so difficult because of the Lucarelli serve. They're almost on the baseline, the passing unit. Slivka sorts things out, and then the ball put down by Kornowski. You take into account the fact that DEIXA beat Zenit Kazan to get here, the all-time greats of Champions League volleyball. Having taken 6 titles, you've got to think that actually DEIXA would be favourites. They know how to grind out a result. And they were 2-0 down against DEIXA as well in one of the games, come back to win 3-2 and then to win the golden set. So they won't be too phased about being 4 points behind. Trentino themselves as well, a huge pedigree in European and world club volleyball. So have a look at that swing again. Trentino, the 5-time World Club champions. That's off the block and away, is it? No, we're going to have a challenge. And they've got 3 Champions League titles as well to their name, Trentino. But that was a while back now. It was 2009, 10 and 11, and they were the kings of Europe. So we've got a challenge to see whether or not this one's hit the block. Yes, it does. See the circle, see the touch. Lisinets opens up, and that ball is right in his hitting window. Thumped away. Semeniuk with the serve. Work to be done here now for DEIXA. They're going to get back into this set. They've got a chance for a point here in transition, and it's been taken by Smith. Finds a one-on-one against Lisinets, and is able to turn the ball away from him. Pass from Lucarelli. Oh, that's a monster block. I say it was a good pass. There's no middle coming, and then they're just waiting to get out wide. And Slivka has timed that perfectly against Nemir. Pipe attack working again for Trentino. Lucarelli, the master of it. Must be so nice for the likes of Lucarelli, Gianelli and Cohen to be playing in these dream teams, which is what they are effectively. Good lead from Saxa. You've got the buying power to pick the best players in the world to have in your team. Which then begs the question, would a team like Trentino beat a national team? Say the USA, for example. There's no USA players in the Trentino lineup. Is there a domestic team, dream team, that could beat a national team? I bet there is. Men and women. Excellent pass. All options. Lisinat's no problem putting it away. Satorski with a good pass. And Saxa are able to run their pipe attack. The time pressure on the middles is just huge. What an angle that is as well. From Semenyo, that's brilliant. Big swing from Nemir, gets the better of Toniuti. Couldn't hold his ground properly, Toniuti. Rotation 1. For Saxa, and they're able to get off of it quickly. It's one of those misnomers. You think about rotation 1 and you've got 3 front court attackers. They hit great, good opportunity, but only one player is in the right spot, and that's the middle blocker. Which is why it's good to go to the middle, because he's more familiar, which is exactly what they have done. Great block. The one-on-ones are always the best. Oh, reaching right into the cross court as well to deny Nemir. Kaczmarek, who's not done a great deal offensively, comes up with a massive block just when Saxa need him the most. All square. I did say that they wouldn't be too worried about being 4 points behind, and they've shown that, haven't they? Back on level terms now. They could be going in front. Good blocking to slow it down. Gianelli in quickly. Slightly behind him here, didn't matter. Goodness me, that's brilliant. Needs to be more than just slightly behind him here to be a problem. Good hustle from Saxa to keep the rally going. Great work from Nemir to get out wide and play this one. Lucarelli had a brilliant serving run last time out. Not going to be the case this time. Chance here. Oh, what a set. Good dig. Better chance now for Trentino. Micheletto with a thumper. But that was all due to the Lucarelli defense. That's one of the advantages of being a short setter. Bit of Asian-style volleyball then from Zaksa. Pass low and fast, and then send out wide for Kaczmarek to put it on the floor. Lizinat's not watching, just looking at his feet. As soon as the team have got all options, especially with Gianelli, and then the likes of Lizinats and Podraskanin, this is always going to be side out, isn't it? How do you stop that? How do you stop that? From that height, just phenomenal. Well watched by Toniutti. Good dig. Screams for a double against Trentino, not given. Oh, well played by Nemir. And in the end, Zaksa come up with a point. This is brilliant volleyball. Everybody giving it everything they've got. Semeniuk playing that one off of Gianelli's head. And then he didn't know where it was. That's a brilliant theme tune, isn't it, for a mega rally? Few slightly worried, anxious looks maybe for Trentino here, because try as they might, they can't get away from Zaksa, and they are 2-0 down. That was a wild one. It has to be said by Kamil Semeniuk, by his very high standards. Always going to be a high number in service errors with this many players jump serving and well, effectively spiking the ball from a couple of meters inside the baseline by the time they contact the ball. Backcourt swings are now as good as frontcourt swings at this level. The contacts of the ball. And that's like a front court hit, isn't it? Again, Lizinats is a great blocker, and he gets into a spot, but he doesn't watch what's going on. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It'd be a bad thing if it comes off his hands and went above his head and he didn't know where it was. But equally, can't see if there's a roll coming. And if it's then around next to him where he could play it. Oh, that was vicious. Slivka let it go, quite rightly. That movement on the ball, swerving back into Slivka, but not finding the court. Toniutti now. Strong rotations this for Zaksa. Toniutti in the back row. Oh, Zatorski let it go, thought it was out. Regrets that decision. Good hustle from Trentino. That's a great block.
side out. This is something we have to keep going, okay? But whenever we have an opportunity to go and score in transition, we have to be more efficient. Okay, every occasion we have, this is what brought us to be here right now. Okay, so every occasion we have, remember directions, remember to stay there with your hands, and let's take every opportunity.
These are the Lucarelli aces. They're like carbon copies of each other, aren't they? Right in that seam, the gap between the two passers. And it's all about trying to find those conflict areas, those avenues of uncertainty, corridors of despair, whatever you want to call them, panic channels. Good pass. Oh, good set. It looked like a good pass, but a little bit wide. Oh, that's an absolute thumper from Lucarelli. Zatowski holding his ground, just as the coach said. But Trentino are doing well now. They've got their tails up here. Unforced error, Slivka holds his hand up. It's getting better and better for Trentino.
Now, and think about one ball at a time. Come back to the court and think about what you should do. Don't think about the result. It doesn't help. It doesn't matter. Just think about every ball that we have and every situation that we have. How to go out of it. Let's go!
That's perfect coaching. It is all about what you have to do in the moment. You've got to forget the scoreboard. You've got to forget the what-ifs, the might-be's, what we could achieve, because you haven't achieved it all yet. So you mustn't get ahead of yourself. You've just got to stay in the moment, play each point as it comes, each rally as it happens, and each touch as you make it. Let the game take care of itself. Let the scoreboard do its thing. Don't fret over it. Ginelli. Well left. Keeping calm, Gerbic on the outside. Well played, Podraskin, and he waited for it to come over onto his side. And then he's able to play it. Tonyuti's a back row player, so he can't block it. Oh, that's brilliant blocking. At one point there were 3 players in the air for Zaksa. How do you make a decision on who's going to play this? Nemir, actually, well, it's not a monster block, is it? Because Semeniuk has put a lot of this ball in the net. That's a wasted opportunity. Lucarelli building up his jump serve. Net touch against Trentino. Micheletto it was. Oh, they were saying there wasn't one here. We might have a challenge. Certainly didn't see the net going up and down, did we? Like an elastic band or anything. It must have been a micro touch. Micheletto still said, no, it wasn't me. Oh yeah, it was you. There's your shirt, and that's a touch. DEIXA could do with somebody to come up with a serving run. Maybe it'll be Kowanowski. Oh, that one right at Micheletto. Oh, that's massive. Didn't really see what the intent was in this swing. Knowing that there were a couple of blockers, 3 blockers in the way, but it's just straight into them. Nice play. Well, if anything here, DEIXA want to try and get some momentum they can take into the next set. That's just amazing when you see that in slow motion. Everyone in the air and a free swing for Slivka. Toniuta's gone out. Big block has come in. Bart's there. Maybe he'll get to have a block this time. Kaczmarek with the serve. There's no setter on court now. High and wide. Well, the block does its job, but that's one of the downsides when you take your setter off. You're not going to be running anything fancy, so if you do get it into transition, because you haven't blocked it, you're then going to have to then work really hard against 3 blockers, but able to get 3 blockers up themselves, and that is a massive block, isn't it? Smith getting the touch on Namir. Ah, that is fantastic. Micheletto, born in 2001. That's quite incredible for a youngster to be able to do that. Be interesting to see if Micheletto will make the national team for the Volleyball Nations League. Well left. Trentino will be pretty comfortable that this is a set that's going to go their way. And with the net touch comes the set point now for Trentino.
Substitution for Itas Trentino. Out number 8, Lucarelli in number 16, Luis Thomas Sosa Sierra.
Sosa into block. Lucarelli can take a breather.
Ball of the number 5.
Those are off. Lucarelli back in to pass. And the set goes the way of Trentino, 25-20. They're back in the match. But it's DEIXA that leads by 2-1 here in Verona. Now we're going to find out exactly how DEIXA are going to respond to losing that set, if they can respond. Trentino will be delighted with the way that that set went for them. Micheletto did well coming in. It's always been a battle between him and Hoy for that starting spot all season and in the Champions League. Podraskin against Smith, 7 each, 2 kill blocks each. Even Stevens between the two of them, really.
So be ready for this fourth set. First ball in the hands of Riccardo Lucarelli.
Away we go with the fourth set. Lucarelli with a serve for Trentino. They took the last set. They trail 2-1. But they'll be feeling good about their chances to get level in the match. It's a great start. Kołanowski putting that ball away through the middle. Blink and you miss it. Micheletto almost got a touch on it, a meaningful one. Slicker now back to serve. Nice block out. Good dig. Oh dear. Not a good set there, really. I let Micheletto go to the referee. It might have sounded dodgy. But if it was the setter making that, it probably would have been fine. Koinowski now getting ready to serve. Koinowski, a world champion at both junior and senior level, actually started out as an outside hitter, but transitioned to the middle when he moved to Spalla to be involved with the National Junior Development Program.
Reaction is not acceptable, please. You have to play and to accept.
The referee laying out the law.
Ready on the 9-meter line, number 3, Jakub Koczanowski.
Please, please.
It's getting a bit fiery, isn't it? That's a wonderful pass. A good finish from Nemir. Just needed 2 steps to get up and swing on that one. The inexperience of youth from Micheletto. Kaczmarek, fascinatingly, was a European and world champion on the beach. As an outside, then moved to opposite. Just too fast and too high for Semeniuk. That's well played. What a set that is from Toniutti. He's flung that from one end of the court to the other. All square. Just the net separating the two teams in this set, but it's Saxa who lead the match 2-1. There's a chance here to go in front. Good up by Nemir. Good up from Toniutti. No one able to find a way through at the moment. And that one's off the block and away. It looked like a bit of a wild swing from Semeniuk, but he knew better. Big swing. A big celebration.
Dobbiamo giocare meglio il primo attacco in questo giro qui. Ve l'ho detto prima di partire qua. Siamo lì, adesso andiamo a fare. Ok? Il resto state lavorando. Bene così. Via, vai.
Stai down, raga, che ci siamo, stai down, che ci siamo. Ce l'abbiamo noi il pallino adesso, Su, vamos!
No one's really been able to kind of light it up for DEIXA. Everyone's done little bits now and again, but everyone's also chipped in with a few errors. I guess the only real consistent player is probably Toniuti, who's managed to keep it all together for the team. And Lucarelli's definitely been the most consistent player for Trentino. Always available, always seems to have an option. One of them being to almost burst the volleyball. You shouldn't laugh, but Slivka's just won a point by volleying it over the net. Expertly volleyed inside the 3-meter line. Look at that. Nimir can only watch it. Smith looking to bring some heat from his jump serve. Only felt by the net. Well, there's me saying that Lucarelli's been the most consistent, but then again he has had 2 aces. Covering by Podraskanin, not that he knew a great deal about it. After Mikeleta to keep that in play. And then Nimir, as calm as you like. A standing jump, wraps it off the block and out. Oh, well played. There's Trento, who take the block through Sretsko Lizinec. That was a brilliant get to bring that back into play. That's incredible. And then Trentino lining up to have a swing. Covering Gianelli. Tonucci has to play it, but gives it to Satorski so he can try and get it to someone to have a swing. Good defense by Podraskanin. There's no libero on court here for Trentino. And still they are staying in this rally. And then it's Micheletto off the block and away. Fabulous play from Trentino. Good work, Karnowski. Nice little change up, looking to go jump serve, went jump float to try and get the passing unit off balance, but it's well read by Lucarelli. It was so quick. And Lizinec puts it away. Brilliant. You just get to see, don't you, how hard Nimir hits that ball. But the fact that it hit the tape meant that Zaksa could get side out, and then Kuchanovsky can belt it from 2 to 2. Nimir's playing well. Trentino keeping their 2-point advantage and slowly but surely edging their way towards taking this set and setting the match into a tie-break. Oh, wonderful block. Gianelli and Lizinec combining. Oh, Gianelli reached to the line and practically threw that back over. Unsurprisingly, timeout, Zach.
Okay? Because he continues not to play back. Okay, so we have to stay there to if with Micheletto, guys, don't run to close the block. Stay there and exaggerate, leave 2 meters. And just press over. Let's go! Come on, guys!
Five is the number on the back of Alessandro Micheletto.
Nice pass from Zatorski. And a big swing from Smith. Saxa making sure that their middle's working efficiently. Certainly is when Smith's up in the air doing that. Nice pass. Nemir is coming good at the right time for Trentino. Nicoletta does his job, make sure he gets the ball in play. And then Nemir is not going to miss when he's given that much line to work with. Still in play. Trentino thought they'd won that for a second. Good up from Nemir. And again, a good defense from Saxa. Oh, everyone patrolling in the corners on the peripheral of the court. And it works. Well, no, it doesn't. I thought Nemir had got that one in. Nemir thought he got that one in. We're going to have a look to see if he did get that one in. But the way that Trentino suddenly just spread out and covered the circumference of the area of the court. Oh, it has just missed. Saxa will take the point. Ginelli unhappy with the ball handling by Saxa, claiming there were a few carries. Not listened to by the referee. Semeniuk. Well played, Ginelli. It's the speed of that set to the middle to find Podraskinin when he's that far off the net. That's so important. Got to double that speed out from where the ball come in. And it was brilliantly placed for Trentino to get the side out. Get the feeling this is going to 5. Which isn't great news if you're supporting Saxa, but it's just what you want if you're supporting Trentino. That is, of course, unless Saxa can find a run of points themselves here. They need a few break points just to get level. They'll need 3 points from serving just in order for them to go in front. And then they'd still need another one to get 2 clear. They're going to have a chance now. Down ball. And it's out from Nemir. Was he trying to hit the winner? Was he just trying to make it difficult? Because from that position, that far off the net, he's actually gone over the top of the block, hasn't he? He was maybe trying to find some hands. Good work by Zatorski just to keep that one in play. Saxa scrapping. Slivka's done it again! But oh, come on, ref, you can't allow him to keep volleying the ball into our block. It's not fair. He's got to hit it properly. No, he hasn't. He's He's played it straight into Podraskin's hands, and he's furious that he's been allowed to volley it at him. Toniutti readies himself to serve. Kownowski just having a little word with Gerbic. Blocking tactics here, just checking on who's doing what. Oh, you nearly got it. Lucarelli was able to get the point though. Oh, it's wonderful. Kaczmarek with Zaksa in a bit of trouble here, it has to be said. 3 blockers, doesn't matter. And that's a good example of going up to the fringes of the block. Trentino still good for their lead. They're still on course to take the set. Such an evenly matched game. One thing that's been noticeable is that Trentino's serving has been a lot stronger than Zaksa's. They've been really making it difficult for Zaksa to side out. Trentino's side out's been pretty strong. So Kownowski trying to change that. Get another great ball in. But what a block that is. Micheletto has made the error. He knows he has, because that was an in-system play for Trentino. They had options. In fact, Micheletto has put that ball wide, but he's put it right in the net. That's a poor swing for him. He knows it. And as far as Lucarelli is concerned, he's like, don't worry, we'll get on to the next one. But it just means now Zaksa are level. Kownowski to serve again. That ball was called out so early. They knew straight away when it wasn't coming into play. That's how up to speed these players are, how quick their reactions are. Micheletto's got a chance here to make up for that mistake from the serving line. Done the right things, made Zaksa play it. Nimir keeps it in play. And there again, he's out of the action. It's going to be Lucarelli to make something happen. But it was, the angle was getting more and more difficult for him. And as Kaczmarek got something in his locker to put Zaksa in front. As we have a look at this swing again from Lucarelli. Now would be a pretty good time to come up with an ace or an overpass. Nothing of the sort. It's a brilliant pass, and Trentino have passed really well. They've been able to set Nimir loose. Brilliant. Smith knew he was going to get it, wanted it. He's done this a couple of times now. Played the ball, takes one step out, comes straight up, swings around his body. That's awesome play from Smith. Blocking substitution. Klutis in. Semeniuk has to get his serve in here, knows he does. Got another peachy pass, and Podraskinin has buried that. Good sporting spirit, does apologise after the fact. It looked like the ball was going over the net, didn't it? But it helps when you've got a really tall setter who's really good at setting to be able to find the middle. Look at the height that they're both operating at. That's ridiculous. Kaczmarek, no chance. Trentino now also bringing in a big blocker. Giannelli with the serve. Magenta's the big blocker who's in, but he can't put pressure on Zaxa. Just when it's talking about the serving pressure that Trentino have been bringing, that happens. This set is going right to the wire. But from Trentino's point of view, they've got Lucarelli back at the serving line, who's always able to cause havoc. And he's brought Tognuti off the net. Oh, that's brilliant. Slivka gets it off the block and away. That is a really, really good swing from him. He's under huge pressure here from the Trentino block. You wouldn't think so, would you? Nimir gets slowed down. There's a chance for Zaxa. Slivka again. Well played. Oh, brilliant. And would you believe it? Zaxa turned things around. They've got match point. Well, this has been a set in which Trentino have just led and led and led. But Zaxa never really got far away. 2 points was the most that they were behind, and now they've got match points. Timeout called by Trentino.
Poi dopo entra Sperotto. Spero!
Sì, cambio palla.
Entra Spero, metti la palla corta sul serve non togliere la pipe. E lavoriamo primo tempo, palla dietro, ok? E 1-1 sull'opposto. Via!
Oh, it's hearts in your mouth stuff now if you're supporting both these teams, whichever team you are supporting. This might be the only chance they get. Can they take it? Tognuti with the serve. You've got to favour Trentino to side this out. But we are favouring them at the last point when Nimir got slowed down. An opportunity here for Zaxa. Oh, it's still in play. No, not anymore. Side out achieved. The ball had gone up, but through the antenna, and then was played back outside it. So, match point saved. Get a better view of what happened to this ball here. It's gone through the antenna, so it can't come back now. It's out of play. 24 all. First to get two clear will either win the set or win the match. Spirotto on to serve. Oh, that's a massive swing from Slivka, but Giannelli put himself right in the firing line. And Giannelli having nothing to do with Slivka, not even acknowledging the fact that he's just been hit by him. It's only an off-the-shoulder number. Second match point for Zaxa. They don't want to get to be celebrating too early, because they've got to win this from serving. So that means they're taking more risks potentially. Slivka. And that's an easy lead. Now this is a player who can turn it back in Trentino's favour, that's for sure. A feared server throughout the Champions League, throughout the domestic league. And it's out, would you believe it? That's huge relief from Slivka, as that one didn't find the corner. There's been a challenge. If it's in, well, it isn't. Doesn't matter. Match point number 3 for Zaxa. They're knocking on the door here. They're knocking on the door. But at the moment, Trentino are not letting them through. Kołonowski to serve. It's a good serve, well passed. It's in play, there's a swing for it. Kaczmarek, not gonna happen. Oh, goodness me. Brilliant play from Lizinets. A clear-cut opportunity created from the Toniutti dig. Kaczmarek couldn't get past a very well-formed block of Trentino. So close.
Substitution for Itas Trentino. Out number 14, Mimir Abdelaziz, in number 24, Carlo De Angelis.
Carlo De Angelis, an outside spiker. First time on court. What a time to be on court. It's another match point chance though for Zaxa. It's number 4. They keep creating the chances. They've had one clear-cut swing. How many more are they going to need? And I'm sure you've been in matches and you've seen these kind of things happen time and time again where you fail to take your chances and the other team gets one and takes it. Kaczmarek. Oh, he's done it! It's an ace serve for Kaczmarek! And would you believe it? Zaxa are champions of Europe! What a way to win it! It wasn't on an error from Trentino, it was off a clear-cut ace, and that's what it means to the team. It's what it means to the coach. They dared to dream, they dared to believe, and now they are champions. It's all too much for Grbić, and I'm sure it's probably all too much for those of you supporting Zaxa, watching wherever you're watching from, jumping up and down in your living rooms. Oh, goodness me, what a game! What a comeback by Trentino. What a turnaround by Zaxa. And at the 5th time of asking, it was an ace serve from Kaczmarek to give Zaxa victory. This might take a while to sink in. A fitting end for Toniutti's time at Zaxa. He's going to leave as a champion of Europe, super final winner. This is how it was done. Oh, it's brilliant. It's right into that conflict area. There's nothing at all that Micheletto Rossini could do. Tears of joy for Grbić, and so too for the rest of the players. I'm sure it's a massive achievement. There were so many fans of Zaxa didn't really want to believe, weren't sure that they could do it, felt that it was going to be so close, but they did it in the end. But this will be remembered for a long time to come. And look at them, everyone to the floor. Quick, David Smith's like, somebody celebrate with me. We've won. What a feeling for Kaczmarek. What a moment for Zaksa and everybody supporting them, for the whole squad. That moment when you can come and run onto the court, you can celebrate, you've done it. All that hard work, all the hours in training, everything you sacrifice for these moments, for this time, for now. Confirmation of the score. Zaksa have done it, 3-1 over Trentino. And here are the statistics for you. 9 blocks each. Trentino passed much better than Zaksa did. They were under a lot of pressure, particularly in that last set. And actually scored less overall, but they got the job done. Well, it's the heartbreak. This is the cruelty of the sport. The beauty of watching Zaksa win, the cruelty of seeing Trentino have to leave as runners-up. We can hear from Slivka.
Alex, that was a great match you guys just played. The emotions must be so high right now. What a game from Kajushin Kozle. Bringing the championship title to Poland, how does that feel?
Yeah, we bring championship, like Champions League trophy, first time since 1978, so it was pretty long. It was long time, and I'm still amazed. I'm in shock. It's hard to say something. We're gonna celebrate for sure today. We gave our best. We had ups and downs. We lost championship final in Poland. That was tough for us, but we came back. We knew that there's only one game here, and we have to give our 100%. And we did it. And I want to say hi to our fans. I know they were cheering in front of our gym in Kędzierzyn. So I say hello. I don't know if they see me or not, but thank you very much for cheers.
And you mentioned it's been a long road for you guys. A tough loss last year in the quarterfinals. You've been with the same group, almost the exact same group for 2 years. What is it like to go through the journey with these guys?
Yeah, I mean, we made it from first place out of the group stage, and then we have, I think, the toughest road from all the teams. We had Lube, who won just Scudetto, We had Zenit Kazan who won four of last 6 or 5 Champions Leagues, or 5 or last 6, something like this. So it was really tough, but I think it made us tougher, made us better players, and we are so confident that we can play in the same level like Trento.
And what a storybook season it's been for you guys. One for the history books. Go enjoy and celebrate with your team.
Yeah, thank you very much. Again, I say hi to the fans. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, a fabulous result for ZAXA. Please stay with us. We've got the award ceremony coming up very shortly for both the men's and women's super finals here in Verona. We'll have a look at some more highlights first. Medal ceremony is about to get underway. That's what they've been playing for, what they've been fighting for, what they've been coveting, and what will very soon be given out. We'll start with the runners-up in the men's and the women's, and then we'll have the men's and the women's most valuable players, and then we'll have the awards for the winning teams of the men's and women's final. We really were witness to two epic games of volleyball. Some might say that the men's perhaps wasn't a classic, but it still had all the tension, all the drama, all the emotion. And no doubt that the women's game had all of that and then more. Kimberly Hill getting ready to celebrate. The game between Conegliano and Istanbul was just awesome, as you would expect from the two top teams of European volleyball. Now's the time to talk amongst yourselves and decide who you think the MVPs will be. Paola Egonu may well be one for Conegliano, but she didn't have her best game, did she? Włosz was very good in tying everything together for Conegliano. And for Zaksa, Tonyuti as well played well. It may well be, though, I think perhaps Alexander Swivka may get it. That will just be the icing on the cake, though, for the players. They don't really mind. It's a team game. Maybe so there's no I in team, but there is me. It's been a really spectacular super finals organised by the CEV and the Italian Volleyball Association here in Verona in Italy. And even though the fans couldn't be here, though you have been able to watch online, the presentation of these finals has been spectacular. The graphics have been amazing. It really has been geared towards the visual to give you the best experience possible. And then the teams provided all the drama and the excitement on top of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official awarding and closing ceremony of the CEV Champions League Volley 2020 Super Finals Verona! We will start with the awarding of the runner-up teams. The silver medals will be awarded by Mr. Eric Adler, CEV Vice President and Treasurer, and Mr. Renato Arena, CEV Senior Vice President.
The runners-up then will be coming out to receive their medals.
Please welcome the silver medalist of CEV Champions League Volley 2021, the teams of Vakivak Istanbul and Itas Trentino. Vakivak Istanbul, number one.
Vakivak Istanbul receiving their medals from Eric Adler, the CEV Vice President and Treasurer, and Trento on the far side receiving theirs from Renato Arena, the CEV Senior Vice President. It just wasn't to be for either of these two teams in the end. Brave performances from them both to contribute to two epic finals. And for Vakivak, they were so close, weren't they? It was tears in the end as the ball was wrapped off of Isabella Hack's hands by Paola Egonu. for Conegliano to take victory, and despair for Trentino as Kaczmarek rifled in that ace serve between Salvatore Rossini and Michieletto. And it's a case of what might have been for these two teams, and also what might be in the future. Two teams with incredible Champions League pedigrees, but on this occasion they've just fallen short.
For the second place will be awarded by Mrs. Emma Labrador.
€250,000 is the prize for finishing second. Emma Labrador, the CV Vice President, hands out the cheque to Vakif Bank, and it's Michel Everard, CV Vice President, who hands out the cheque for Trentino. Michel Everard, a great player in his own right in his day.
And now we move to the presentation of the trophies to our silver medalist. The trophies will be awarded by Mr. Renato Arena, CV Senior Vice President.
Renato Arena in action once again. He'll hand out the runner-up trophies.
The captain will have the cap. Captains will have the cap. Mr. Simone Giannelli, and the number 8 will have the cap with Mr. Renato Arena.
Meli Ismailoglu picks up the trophy for Vakif Bank, and it's Simone Giannelli who will take the trophy for Trentino. Another one for the cabinet, but not perhaps, but definitely not the one they were looking for at the end of the day. It's a case of commiserations to Vakif Bank and to Trentino, that both played their part in a memorable final. The level, once again, exceptionally high. But both these teams can leave the field of play here in Verona with their heads held high, knowing that they left nothing on the court. They gave it everything they had. And that was as much as could be asked of them.
Let's make an applause once again. We now continue with the individual awards. Most valuable
So we're going to find out who the MVPs are now.
will be awarded by Mr. Alexander Boricic, CV President.
The CV President, Alexander Boricic, is going to put everybody out of their misery here with wondering who it's going to be.
For the incredible performance at the Superfinals Verona delivered by Paolo Egonu and Alexander Slivka.
Well, it was indeed Paolo Egonu and Alexander Slivka who are the MVPs. And congratulations to them, and congratulations to those of you who picked those two. It wasn't looking great for Paolo Egonu at one point. 16 errors going into the deciding set. But she just knuckled down and had that moment. You could see she was in the zone and she made it happen. And what a pain Slivka was for Trentino, particularly with those volleys into the block and out again. But apart from that, his passing was excellent. His spiking was brilliant. His range of shots was incredible. and he earned his Most Valuable Player award, no question about that. Medals now take their place, and the players waiting to go and collect them. There are going to be a couple of very long parties going on, you feel, after this.
And now, please give a big and warm applause to the winners of the CV Champions League Volley 2021. The two outstanding teams of Antonio Carraro, Imoco Conegliano, and Gruppa Azotti Chiegesci
Cose. I think they're picking their medals up perhaps a tad too early, because Giuseppe Manfredi, the FIPAV president, is supposed to be handing them out, and Jacek Kasprzyk of the Polish Volleyball Federation is due to hand the medals to Zaksa. They better hurry up because they'll all be picked up. They've picked them all up already. Let's go along and give them a nod and say well done. Yeah, it's brilliant, exactly. There you go, well done. You've earned it. Thank you very much. And to go with the medals is a cheque for €500,000. It's a moment these players will never ever forget. It's the pinnacle of their domestic careers to take the European Championship title, the best team, club team in Europe. That'll be out on social media in seconds. Miroslav Przemyselski, the CV Vice President, is going to hand out the cheque to Conegliano, and Lubo Hollander, the CV Vice President, will hand out the cheque to the team of Zaksa. And already Conegliano enjoying the moment. A big payday for both teams, but they've earned it. And they fought long and hard to achieve it. And now one last presentation to be made. The trophy. The FIVB President, Ari Grasser, and the CV President, Alexander Boricic, will be making that presentation. Dr. Ali Grasser, the FIVB President, will hand over the trophy to Conegliano, and Mr. Alexander Boricic, the CV President, will hand over the trophy to Zaksa Kędzierzyn-Koźle. Bołosz takes hold of the trophy. Toniutti takes hold of the trophy. Imoco Volley, Conegliano, and Zaksa Kędzierzyn-Koźle are the CV Champions League Volley 2021 champions. Let the celebrations begin. What a super finals. Two wonderful matches. Two teams that earned their victories. Magical moments for Conegliano and for DEIXA. The kings and queens of Europe have been crowned here in Verona. Imoco Volley, Conegliano have got the job done, and so too have DEIXA, Kędzierzyn Koźle of Poland. Brilliant! Gerbic is light as a feather. Really is with 14 players throwing up and down in the air. The emotions for him were just too much in the end, weren't they? Absolute tears of joy. And there were tears all round. Tears of joy as well for Conegliano. All that hard work and sacrifice. And the reward at the end of it is to be crowned the CEV Champions League champions. And now a joint photo. And it's a real Polish delight, isn't it, with Joanna Wołosz, who is Polish, leading Conegliano, and DEIXA, the team from Poland, taking victory in the men's event. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the Super Finals here in Verona. We witnessed two wonderful games of volleyball, but that brings our coverage to a close. From all of us here, it's time to say goodbye, and we'll see you again next year.